Pacific Trading Academy presents Mentor Mike's S&P E-mini Live Trading Room, a video update for the week ending Friday, May 3rd, 2013. Let's do a quick review of how it works. First, in the trading room, our students and the public trade in real time and generally discuss our observations and rationales for entering, exiting, reversing, and or abstaining from trades. Next comes the education room, where our students and I replay the day's market movement to measure how our actual performance compared to the market's optimal potential. On winners, we see if we could have entered sooner for greater profit, or later for less sweating time before hitting the first target. On losers, we see if we could have filtered out the bad trade and avoided it completely. But if we agree that the signals appear good, we determine the best damage control method, exit or reversal, and when to apply it. Now, for $9.97, you can get a one-week trial in both rooms. In other words, for less than $10, you can see if our red, white, and blue go for the gold technical analysis and multi-contract, multi-target peeling off money management strategy might work for you. Go to www.pacifictradingacademy.com for full details on our video course, trading room, education room package. And here are our results. Mentor Mike's trading room update for the week ending Friday, May 3rd, 2013. The live trading results are on the left and our replay results are on the right. First, why do we do this replay? Well, basically because I'm human and I make mistakes. And you shouldn't confuse the trader's errors for flaws in the trading technique. Or as I like to put it, don't blame the airplane for pilot error. The replay shows us our technique's optimal potential. The difference between the live and replay results shows how much more we can improve our personal application of the technique. Now, Monday, we made $963.50. The replay results were obviously better, $1787.50. Tuesday, bit of a loss there, but it was a tough day. You can see our replay results were only $275. Wednesday, another small loss, $62. I'll explain some of this when we look at the charts in just a moment. But the replay potential was over $2,300. Thursday, we had a pretty good performance. The actual and replay results matched at $1,634 each. Friday, we made $421 and a whopping replay potential of over $9,000. Now, you'll probably wonder how that came about, and I'll show you in just a moment. In any event, our total for the week for live trading was $811.50. Now, that might not seem like a king's ransom, but if you could average that for 50 weeks a year, you'd be making over an additional $40,000. Now, if you could somehow average the replay results in excess of $15,000, you'd be making in excess of $750,000. Now, let's take a look at the charts of both the live trading and the replays. Here is our live chart from Monday, and as you can see, we made $963.50. We had a good bullish trade here. Notice the red, white, and blue alignment. Bullish gold on the MACD, red, white, and blue on our stochastic, and we followed that up with an immediate short trade. Again, red, white, and blue on the MAs, gold on the MACD, and red, white, and blue on our stochastic. Now, we missed a good long trade here, but we caught the next two. Then there was a bit of a fake out here on this long trade, and finally a short trade at the end. Now, let's see how our replay improved on that. Same day, this is the replay. These two are the same. This time around, we caught this trade, and the others as well. And this one, you know, was still a loser. This was one of those situations where we agreed that the signals were there and that the trade should have been taken, but it just didn't go anywhere. The market did not cooperate. So yes, sometimes we do have losers in the replay, and that's simply because the signals are such that we should have taken them. But our finished product there was 1,787.50. And here's Tuesday. This was a tough day. We had, I got a late entry on the first long trade. The market touched our first target, but didn't fill it, and we ended up taking a loss. I then, as a result of that, I missed the next short trade, which was a good one to the downside here with the red, white, and blue, MACD, gold, etc. Missed another trade on the long side, caught the next two, and then we got whipsawed back and forth with one on the long and one on the short side. Tough day all the way around. Here was the finished product, and it wasn't a whole lot. Well, it was in the positive, but it was still not a king's ransom. We still had a loser on this one. Again, the signals were as they were, and the trade should have been taken, but it just didn't go far enough. This time we caught the short trade. We caught this long trade. Still lost on this one, but managed to get in time to make money on this one, and also added this one, got in under the wire before our cutoff period. So it was 275, not a king's ransom, but obviously the positive result is always better. And again, you can see we've got red, white, and blue. That's what we look for in our alignments. We've got gold on our MACD, and we try to get matching gold. In other words, bullish gold on the 1-minute MACD matching bullish gold on the 5-minute MACD. So this happens to be from the end of the day, so you can see here's the gold MACD on 5 minutes, and this would have been our matching gold on the 1-minute chart. All right, the next day, this was a tough day. I had some distractions, but we started out with $1,000 on these two beautiful short trades, and talk about your pilot error. I was expecting that the 5-minute MACD was going to give me a bullish crossover, and I jumped the gun. I got in before the crossover was actually in, and as a result, I took a loss here. And then when I got the signal over here on the 5-minute MACD, I was a little gun shy after that loss, and I missed this trade. So I made essentially the same mistake back to back, and as a result, instead of having a nice finish to the day, I had a small loss of $62. When we replayed it, I got it right. Same two trades in the morning. This time I avoided the losing trade and caught two more later in the day. So we ended up with a potential of $2,375. So we could have certainly improved our actual performance to get it more in line here. Like I say, first third of the day was right on the mark, but kind of lost it after that. So our goal is to get more in line with what we can do in the replay. Here is Thursday. This is the day when we actually ended up taking all of the available trades in our live session, and there wasn't anything really to add in the replay, so we didn't even do a replay. Now, this day actually began pretty early. This was started before the open of the trading room, but we had 4 long trades, all of which were good. Shortly after the part of the chart here that's about to go off the margin, it just got totally flat and sideways and didn't do anything. But in any event, we took every trade that was possible, and so the replay results matched our actual performance. Here is Friday, and this was a weird day today. This spike right here is actually about 14 points, not ticks, points. And it appears to be a reaction to the unemployment rate report. And so as a result, our indicators were so skewed initially that I suggested to the members of the room that we take a break and come back in a couple hours. Unfortunately, during our break, there was a signal here. We had some bullish gold in the MACD and some red, white, and blue. So missed this trade right here. Afterwards, however, we went into a prolonged sideways consolidation. Finally, about 11 o'clock, there was a slight break to the downside, and we caught the trade that gave us these two targets here. So 421 was the actual performance. Now, check out what was actually the potential of this day. Here's the replay results, 9,475. Now, the short trade over here is exactly the same as the one in the live trading. What's the difference, and why is it so much? Well, if I'd been on my toes, I could have done this strategy, but what's happened here is that the employment rate has really become a hot button issue. It's been that way for a while since the presidential campaign, and this spike is really kind of unprecedented, but if I had been cognizant of the fact that that report was about to come out, and I knew it was going to come out, I just wasn't paying attention to the clock, what we could have done is bracketed the market. Now, the Donchian channel here right before the report came out is only about 2 points wide. And so we could have put a buy stop above it and a sell stop below it. Now, when you do that kind of bracket order, you can't utilize your more elaborate automated trade management strategy. So it would have been just a 9-contract trade without any additional targets or stops. We'd have to add those later on. So obviously, once the report came out, the buy stop was hit, which automatically canceled the sell stop below, and off this thing went with 9 contracts in tow. So we carried the 9 contracts all the way from entry to exit up here, and that's the reason why we made $9,000 on this trade. So it was that was what the potential was of this particular market. And of course, even if you hadn't been bold enough to do the bracket order, after this thing initially rallied, you could have caught this move here, which would have put you in about here, and that probably would have produced a 3-target trade. So we could have obviously done better than we did in our live performance, but this was certainly the optimal end result. And here we are back to Monday. So let's take another look at our final results. And we're continuing to improve. Like I say, the replay shows us what the technique's potential can generate, and our goal is to continue to improve our application of the technique so that our live results and the replay results get closer and closer together until they become identical, like we managed to do on Thursday. So I will be back soon with another weekly update. In the meantime, I hope that you will drop by PacificTradingAcademy.com and find out if our video course, trading room, education room package is something that might work for you. Thank you very much. Everyone have a great weekend. Talk to you again soon.